In the second part of the tutorial on Virola permissions, I will explain the permissions hierarchy and the role of a public room moderator. Being logged as admin, I can get to all levels of permissions from any user options. I need to click on the user's avatar and then on the key icon. As admin, I have 3 levels of permissions to choose from: global room permissions that apply to all public rooms, current room permissions that apply to the room I am in, and individual permissions that apply to a specific user. Currently it's John. To demonstrate how the permissions hierarchy works, I will open the permissions settings in the descending order and detach them from the main window. First, I will open the global public room permissions for all users and move it to the left. Then, I will open the current room permissions, and finally, I will open the room permissions for John Smith. Now you can see 3 permission windows: global public room permissions for all users, current room permissions for all users in the Team Talks room, and room permissions for John Smith in the Team Talks room. You need to remember 2 important things about permissions. 1. Permissions set on the higher level are inherited on the next levels by default. 2. Permissions denied on the global room permissions level cannot be granted on the next levels. Let's try to change something and see what happens. Let's say I want to disable the ability to send files for all users in all public rooms. I can do that by selecting Denied Status in the Global Public Room Permissions window. You can see that this change affects the other 2 windows as well, because they inherit the settings from the higher level. Now I'm trying to grant this permission on the room level, but I cannot do this because it was denied on the global level. The same with the user level. However, if I grant this permission on the global level and deny it on the room level, it will be possible to override it on the user level and grant it to specific users in the room. I'll keep this permission denied globally for now. Now let's see what public room moderators can do. Currently John is a regular participant of the room. He can only view permissions set on different levels but cannot change them. Now I will make him the room moderator. To do this, I click on his avatar and then click the M icon. When I switch back to John's profile, I can see a new blue M icon on his avatar. This means he has moderator rights in this room. Now he can not only view, but also edit permissions for this particular room, both for all users in the room and for each specific user in the room. I'll open and undock room permissions and put them aside. Also, I'll open Monica's permissions for better demonstration. As you see, all room permissions are currently inherited from the global level. File sending is denied, everything else is granted. As a room moderator, John can deny permissions for all users in the room or for specific users, such as Monica, even though the permissions were granted by the admin. He can also override permissions denied on the room level for specific users. However, John cannot grant the file sending permission for anybody because it was denied globally by the admin, and room moderator cannot override this. Another thing that John can do as a moderator is to manage the membership of public rooms. He can invite or remove users from a public room, and he can also grant the moderator role to someone else. I hope this video helped you to understand the permission system better. Stay tuned for the next video where I will show you visual customization options in Virola.